Hi, Tam here. Last weekend, a friend of mine approached me and asked me, he wanted my opinion on buying a trading course. So he saw on the internet online some guy offering a course on how to make thousands of dollars a day trading. And you know, if you go on the net, from time to time, you'll see these ads about people who are going to teach you how to make a lot of money day trading, how to become a millionaire. And there's plenty of fake testimonials and fake stories about, I've put $200, $500, $1,000, and I fructified it into $1 million within a year. Plenty of such nonsense online. Instagram has a lot of fake gurus, and YouTube as well, actually, So you got a lot of guys, a lot of young guys who are portraying themselves as day trading geniuses, day trading gurus. And they're going to sell you this course to make you a trading success. When you look at the Instagrams, it's all about cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and living the laptop lifestyle, as they put it, You buy the beach with your laptop, doing some few trades, Forex or whatever, and you're cashing in the dollars by the hour. That's nonsense. Pure garbage. And the only way these people are making money is by selling their little online courses. $500 a course, $1,000 a course, sometimes $2,000, $3,000 a course. They're making money out of selling these courses. They're not making money out of trading because, first of all, they don't know how to trade. And when they do trade, they lose money. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you my story. Back in the early 2000s, before Instagram, before YouTube, these people, these trading gurus, were running the same scam. I was approached, I think it was in 2006, more or less. I was a young doctor. I remember a guy, a trading guru, came to hospital and managed to hook to one or two doctors. I think he got a very respected senior doctor who was in his 60s at the time. And as I remember, he was a gynecologist. Right? So he had hooked up with this guy, sold him his trading course, and he was using him as a reference. Like, hey, this doctor so-and-so, the gynecologist. So yeah. He's part of my team. I sold him the trading course and he's making money. So really? Yeah. And this other doctor, the surgeon, so yeah. I also sold him the same course. And now he's making plenty of money. I mean, these guys are so happy. So I thought, oh wow, I want to be part of this. I was introduced to this trader by a doctor friend of mine in the same hospital who was saying that, hey, you know what, this guy has got this course. He's going to teach us how to become traders, day traders, and we're going to make so much money, man. So I thought, wow, I want to be in. All right. So anyway, I got introduced to the guy, and back then it was the same story as what these trading gurus are now doing on YouTube and Instagram, right? So he came in all flashy there, came to meet me at the hospital in the ER, and he said, hey doctor, I'm so-and-so, can I have 5 minutes of your time when you have time? I said, yeah, I'm finishing off by 8 p.m. Let's talk after that. I said, yeah, absolutely, you know. We had a short conversation. I walked the guy out. He was having this flashy BMW. It was a beautiful car. I remember the paint was unbelievable. It was a paint job I'd never seen before. So anyway, we exchanged details, and then he agreed to meet me, or rather I agreed to meet him on the one day when I wasn't going to be too busy. I think it was a Friday or a Sunday. Anyway, we met, and again he came with the car. He had the flashy car, the flashy watch. You know, he was very confident. And, you know, we sat down, and he started by telling me that, you know, as a trader, he was making so much money. He gave me some numbers, and I was thinking, what am I doing in hospital? This guy is consistently making my entire monthly salary every few days. Making my salary every few days. He would pay $1,000 for the software, and the software was to help you analyze the stocks and make the best decision into deciding what stock to buy, what stock to sell, or short. But my gripe with the product is that, you know, I would classify it as a scam in the sense that the way they were advertising the product was dishonest. If they had just said that, you know what, we're selling a software as an introduction to the stock market, and that software is going to help you understand the movement of the stock market, understand what's going on, the terminology, what can influence the market, you know. I mean, that would have been honest and good for somebody who had never been exposed to the stock market. So, you know, he was a good talker, and he talked to me and he gave me an introduction to the market, and he told me, you know, the secret there, or the technique, is to buy the lows and sell the highs. Surprise, right? So he showed me some graphs, you know, some candlesticks, some standard graphs and all that stuff. He showed me what was supposedly his trades, his past trades, showed me some big stocks and said, you see this stock, you know, so this is the movement. Look at the volatility here. It goes up and down. So what I do is, when it's low like that, I put this X amount of money. And then when it's high there, I sell. And then when it goes down again, I buy. And when it goes high, I sell, buy, sell. And I make so much money every day, every week, every month. And I was like, wow, that's easy. All I have to do is buy the lows and sell the highs. Obviously, it's working for him. The car, the watch, the clothes and everything, right? And then, you know, the way it got me, he said, okay, let's take this stock, for instance, you know. So we're talking now about options, futures. So let's take this option, right? So these are the futures of this particular stock. So the stock is now, so he's looking there, he wants to show me something, says, oh, wow. This option has gone 3x since last week. You know that doctor I talked to you about, the gynecologist? Yeah, he put $10,000 in it, and now, shit, he's got $30,000. I was like, what? Yeah, it's like in like 10 days or something, you know? So he said, okay, can I just give him a call just to let him know? So he's on the phone, and he's telling the guy, hey, you know what? I think, you know, we should sell now because you've made 3 times your money and blah, 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 blah. So I'm listening and I'm thinking, I'm missing out. I'm missing out. I can't be missing out another day. I'm buying the course now. And so I bought the course on the spot. Spent about $1,000 for the course. It was $1,500. Took the course, studied it. Took me about, it was a lot to read, but I was extremely motivated. So I read the entire thing within a week. I studied it, I memorized it, and then, the course was coming with a software. In fact, we were really buying the software. So I bought the software and I started trading right away. So initially the software had a demo, and you'll trade with demo money, right? So you put whatever amount you want, you buy and sell some stocks or options or whatever, and you look at how you're doing. It was recommended to do that before getting the confidence and the understanding of actually trading with your actual money. I was eager, I was hungry to succeed, so I did that demo stuff for about 3 days, and then I went all in with real money, right? Initially, I was winning there, losing there, winning here, losing there, and I thought, I can see the potential. And I was thinking, if I had bought at this lower price, and if I had sold a little bit later, I could have made that much money. And week after week, it was always the same thing. Or I bought too early. I could have bought this stock at a lower price, at today's price. And then, I sold too early. I should have kept that stock for another 2-3 days, and I would have made so much money. But that's the thing, you can never predict the lows and the highs. You can never really guess resistance and support. Anyway, I was committed to the cause. I had 2 laptops, 2 screens. I was all in every night after work or every morning, depending on whether I was doing day shift, night shift. I was looking at the stock market. Initially, just the one stock market. And then later on, I was looking at Asia, I was looking at Japan, I was looking at Australia, I was looking at the Nasdaq, I was looking at the Dow Jones, I was looking at the JSE, the CAC 40, the FTSE, I was looking everywhere. My TV was always on as well. I was always on Bloomberg, on CNBC and all that stuff. And then later on that year, I was contemplating quitting my job as a doctor and becoming a full-time day trader. I figured, right now, I can't concentrate fully on the day trading stuff because I've got so much work in the hospital. So eventually I quit my job for about a year, I think. I quit my job. So that's late 2006, I think. Yeah, late 2006 or early 2007. So I quit my job and I became a full-time day trader. And I had my setup. I had my screens, three screens actually, I had 3 screens. I was looking at different indices. I was having my fundamentals, my analytics. My screens had so many curves and lines and stuff. And I was looking at that, and I was looking at the stochastics, and I was looking at, it was just too much. And my TV was always on Bloomberg or CNBC, and I was watching what was going on in Australia, in Japan, in China, in the US, in Europe, everywhere. I was all over the show, day and night. Now, I had put a lot of money in the market. Money I could not afford to lose. And so, my levels of stress were incredible. Even more so than when I was a full-time trauma doctor. Taking care of your money and living in the fear of losing your money in the stock market, that was stressful. I wasn't sleeping much at night. I'd wake up at 3 in the morning, look at what's going on in this part of the world, because, It's night somewhere, but the stock market is open somewhere else. So it was all over the show, day and night, day and night, day and night. I was buying, I was invested, I was jumping from stock to stocks, like 15, 17 different stocks and their derivatives. I was all over the show. Buying there, selling there, buying there, selling there. No, it's bad. Let's buy back and let's do this and it was just too much. Ultimately, 2008 came, 2007, 2008. That's when the global financial crisis, the 2008 crash came, right? Started in 2007 and collapsed in 2008. At that time, you might remember words like the subprime mortgage scandal, the bailouts, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, and the global economy collapsing everywhere in the world. People were losing money. People were going bankrupt. Traders were getting wiped out. Banks were getting wiped out. It was just a mess. And at that time, I lost all my money. And when I say all, I was invested in some options. And one day I looked at my account, my portfolio, and it read 0.00. In fact, I was at minus $100 or something because I was owing some commissions, something like that. So I thought, wow, man, I'm done. But I'm saying that to say this. While all this mess was going on, I had an epiphany. The guy who had sold me his trading course and his trading software, but that time he had sold it to so many doctors in my hospitals and in other hospitals around. In the city, out of the city. I had some doctor friends of mine that were living 100 k's from my city. And they would tell me that, hey, yeah, this guy came to me talking about the stock market. Yeah, if it's BMW and all that stuff. Some of the doctors bought the course, everybody's excited. That was, by then, it was like 2007, 2008. It was more than a year after that. So he was selling and selling and selling. And I realized that, what? These guys are selling these courses. So it was him. He was part of a team. It was him. Turns out, it was 3 of them. They were not even from the city I was from. They were from a bigger city that was 300 kilometers away. But they had, I would say, almost saturated the market there because they had approached as many people as they could, that now they were going in a perimeter bigger and bigger and bigger. But they had sold thousands of these online trading courses, thousands, at $1,000 plus each. So they had made millions selling these courses. And so I realized that, what? This guy says he's a millionaire. He's living the life. The cars, the clothes, the houses. He's making good trades. He's never losing money. Only making positive trades. His money is growing exponentially day after day. But when does he trade? He's never trading. He's always on the road. He's always selling his online courses from morning to evening. He's traveling long distances with his car. He's going 100, 200 kilometers away, getting more customers. He's never trading. In fact, turns out he had never traded in the 1 year plus that I had known him. He was not a trader. He didn't know how to identify and pick good stocks. He didn't have a magic formula. He didn't have any secret. The secret was selling the online courses, selling the software. That was the secret to their wealth. And so when I realized that, I pulled the plug and I said, enough. In the meantime, I was reading books, I was educating myself, I was buying books, reading books, going online, educating myself, reading stories of other stock traders, serious traders, professional traders, and I concluded that 9 out of 10 day traders were losing money and getting wiped out. And less than 10% were succeeding. So yeah, if you're thinking about becoming a day trader because you've watched some fake testimonials or you're watching some Instagram trading guru talking about he's gonna teach you how to become a millionaire and all that stuff is nonsense. It's a scam. There's no real trader who has the time to develop an online course and then spends his time selling it to people. There's nobody like that. All those who are selling you online courses are just bullshitting you. It's nonsense. It's not true. It's a scam. These stories of, make 1% a day, I make 1% a day every single day, complete nonsense. Nobody, absolutely nobody on planet Earth can make 1% every day, consistently. Some days you're going to lose money. Even the best of the best hedge fund managers have some bad days. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe all those people there. The flashy cars and all that stuff. Most probably it's rented stuff. You're hiring a photo shoot or a video shoot next to a private jet and all that stuff. Just to flash some cash. To hypnotize you, mesmerize you into thinking that, this guy's successful, is going to make me successful as well. All these seminars where you have to pay money to attend, it's all nonsense. You can get all the information that you need for free on YouTube. All the information you need. There's some very good professional websites, YouTube channels that will give you sound advice. Don't waste your money. It's nonsense. These trading gurus are all scammers. There's no trading guru. Even Warren Buffett would not call himself a trading guru. He knows better than that. Now, if you decide to become a stock trader or a day trader or an option trader, derivative CFDs, whatever you choose, if you decide to go into trading the stock market, here are some few tips that I can tell you. I didn't write anything down, but just from my past experiences, that's what I would advise you. I'm forgetting some stuff. Maybe I'll think about some other stuff later on. Number one, and in no particular order, right? Do not listen to the trading gurus. Especially the ones flashing their cars and all that stuff, the laptop lifestyle, by the beach trading. Don't listen to that. If you decide to be a trader, it's a lot of work. You have to do a lot of research. You have to know the stocks you're going to buy. know exactly what can influence the movement of your stock, what's the situation at that company, why is it so volatile, how is your stock going to be affected by the geopolitical scene that's happening now, what's going to be the movement of your stock in relation to commodities, in relation to I don't know, the war in certain countries, in relation to the weather. Is there some hurricanes coming up? Is it hurricane seasons? In relation to the politics of the country or the world, you have to take into account all that. It's a lot of work. You have to study the stock, look at all the supports and all the resistance levels. It's a lot of work. Some of these trading guru idiots are talking about, it's relaxed, you're there with your laptop by the pool at your hotel and you trade for some few hours and you're done. No. If you're going to be a trader, you need to sit in front of your laptop at your desk the entire day, and even after the bell, you need to continue studying the market. Before the bell, an hour, 2 hours before that, you need to study the market. See what could happen, what has happened during the night while you were sleeping. It's a lot of work. It's even more work than your 9-to-5 job. That's true. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. Can you take that stress? So if you think it's just going to be trading and relaxing and traveling, nothing like that. You will be fixed, screwed to your chair. Number 2, if you go into a trade, or if you want to go into a trade, never ever try to catch a falling knife. Don't see a stock going down and think, oh, it's going down. It used to be at 50 and now it's at 42. It's an opportunity. I'm going to get it and I'm going to sell when it gets back to 50. Never do that, because you don't know when the bottom will be reached. You might buy at 42 and it goes down all the way to 36 or 29. And now you're going to be affected. You're going to sell, buy again, and you're going to keep on losing money. Never buy a falling knife. I used to do that, and I paid the price of doing that. Number 3, never bet against the market. Follow the trend. If there is a trend going up, you go up. Don't go against the trend and say, it's going up, but I think it's going to go down now anytime, so I'm going to go buy now, and boom, I'm going to short the market now, buy a put, and as it goes down, I'm going to win. No. You're going to buy your put there, it's going to keep on going up, and your put is going to wipe you out, because the value is going to be destroyed so much. Number 4, don't go into complicated derivatives, CFDs, options, margin calls. Those are deadly. Even professional stock traders, CFD traders, warrant traders, derivative traders do not understand how the calculations are made between the derivatives and the main stock. It's very complicated. You have to look at the delta, you have to look at so many different factors, and you won't really know about how much your derivative is going to go down if the stock goes down. So that's too dangerous. Never, ever deal with those. And finally, if you want to go into day trading, despite my best advice, control, that's I don't know why I'm going to say that, but I'm going to say it anyway, control your emotions. And It's pointless saying that because you can't really control your emotions when your money is involved. But maybe I'll put it differently and say, only trade with an amount of money that you are prepared to lose. That's the best way of controlling your emotions. So that if your stock is going down, you're not going to panic and sell and hope that it's going to go down further and then buy again. Then it keeps going down and you're losing even more money. And then, it's becoming a vicious circle and then you get wiped out. Only put money that you can afford to lose. If the only money you can afford to lose is $5,000, put that $5,000 there. But if you put that $5,000 there, know that there's a possibility, there's a strong possibility that you might lose your money. If you're at peace with that, then go in there. But know that it's just like a casino. You might make money or you might lose money. Never put more than you can afford to lose. Don't think that, I'm struggling to reach month end with my current salary. So what's going to happen is that when they pay me at the end of this month, I'm going to take all my pay, put it in the stock market, get 20, 30%, and then with that money, I'm going to buy this and that. Never do that, because if you lose that money, now it's a catastrophe, right? And maybe I'm going to add one more advice here. Invest for the long term in big companies. Don't go investing in penny shares, penny stocks, little stocks that are worth cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1, because thinking that, those penny shares, if I put $5,000 in a stock that's $1, if it goes $1.50, I've made 50%. Yeah, sure. But if it goes from $1 to 75 cents or 50 cents, then you've lost 50% of your money. It's very, very dangerous. Only deal with blue chips, with the biggest stocks. Stocks that are unlikely to go bankrupt. They are safer, and if something happens to them, those are the most likely beneficiaries of a possible bailout. So yeah, those are my advices. But perhaps the best advice is don't be a day trader. Cheers. Just like a clock, the guy was just on the street, opposite my place. So he's having this blanket because it's cold, and he sees me and he says, "Oh, sir, He knew I was gonna ignore him and say no, but I stopped. And I told him, I asked him, most of these women, 99% of these women, have no social skills. They are not conversationalists. They've got zero social skills, zero conversation skills. They cannot talk about anything interesting. That's the reality of Tinder and all these dating apps.